All right, y'all, we're live and direct. Hamid here in Austin, Texas with the Heat Tank, a very popular show that brings you marketing, branding, strategies from all types of entrepreneurs and go-getters. On today's episode, to add to the diversity, I have a guest. I want to say he flew in all the way from Cabo San Lucas just to come in on the show, but he happened to be in the Austin area at the same time, so we made it happen. But Mycah Arellano, okay? I'm going to let him give his formal introduction, but he is an Austin educational OG. We're going to talk with him a few minutes first, what he did his time here in Austin, why he moved to a whole different country, and how marketing and branding is very critical with the line of work that he's currently in, and the path of life that he has continued to have new manifestations at all times. So, Mycah, please introduce yourself.
Wake up, shake up your dreams, Austin. Here's Mycah. Always. It's amazing to be here. You know, traveling, love traveling.
Yes.
And it's been great being back here, what I call in my hometown.
Yeah.
Austin, Texas, right?
We want to be in Cabo, though.
Hey, there's opportunities for everybody.
True.
You know, it's a change. It's what I call cultural awareness.
Yes.
You know how I started here 20 years ago in Austin, Texas.
Okay.
My background, 25 years as an educator.
Okay.
Worked here in the Austin School District. And then I created a talk show. It was called the Eagle Talk Show. And
I heard about it.
Yeah,
I heard about it. Yeah,
and
yeah.
it was successful. And I'm grateful for the sponsorship and those who were engaged to empower and wake up parents to let them know that the value of them being engaged and involved in the school systems. That's what it was, in a very, very diverse show.
Yeah.
And that, after retiring 2 years ago, and I decided when I grow up, I want to brand this, what I've learned from this show, somewhere else. And we decided to move to Los Cabos. And we did. And it was a culture shock at the beginning. Culture shock, you know,
even though you speak, this is interesting though, because I want to ask about that. So even though you speak fluent Spanish, you're Mexican, I believe.
Sí, mis abuelitos eran españoles y latinos y mexicanos.
Mexican, but you went to a Spanish-speaking country as a Mexican, correct?
Right.
How was it a culture shock though? What was it? You were more Americanized, obviously, or what exactly were you like? Whoa, they're not used to that here.
Este rubio, they'll say, this guy, American, white, or is it Latino, Mexicano, however you want to put it. I think it was a culture shock for me was understanding where do I fit in. And part of building that branding of mine, what I call it.
Yes.
To bring them to that awareness, what I call it, because we'll be talking about the awareness, how it manifests in your branding and the strategies and marketing and your business. But to me was understanding that their awareness was in a different level, high tone than mine. And not to intimidate them, but they feel intimidated because this man or this individual was very successful in the States and comes over here into our own little culture because cultures are in cultures.
Yes.
And my purpose was there to provide them to connect to the community what they have, the creative talents or business or branding. How do they brand? Because it's a different country.
Yeah.
And we're just neighbors, right? Because it's Texas and, you know, La Frontera right there in the front.
In
the frontier. And so, but going to live there and understanding and really cultivate ourselves or myself into their upbringing, their beliefs, because we'll talk about the beliefs sometimes doesn't benefit us in our business and some are good.
Yeah.
And so to me, when I get there, it was for me like, where do I go here? I got the financial resources.
Yeah.
I got the model of the branding. Where do I connect my marketing? Who or how do I connect to the community?
So you were basically like a new voice of reason.
Yeah.
we'll call it.
Yeah.
A new voice of reason came in talking about positivity, manifestations, taking
that everything in life is possible. Because you know how I believe this here, brother.
Yeah.
I believe, and listen to this, I believe strongly. Important is that we all created geniuses regardless. Regardless of gender, regardless of culture, regardless of belief. Now, it is up to us to lift that awareness, to listen. What is your purpose in life? Ask yourself today, what is the purpose of your life?
Yeah. A lot of people don't know.
No. In my 30s, I figured it out real quick. Yeah. I knew some idea. and taking some courses and really going to change everything in my life, then I knew it. It was there, but then something just pushed me. I call it that inner source. Pushed me and said, hey, wake up. This is your purpose of your life. Impacting people's life. Influence people. Inspire people. Impact people. Connect communities. That is my purpose. I get it. That's my purpose. And I'm open for more that comes in my life. But then one day, they invited me to this foundation. And somehow I collaborated with them. I said, would you like to be the master ceremony? I said, do you want English or Spanish? Well, we wanted Spanish.
This is Cabo? Or?
This is Cabo.
Okay.
And so after 3 months being there, because I said, what am I going to do? I could do workshops. What am I going to do? It was a big event of over 500 people. Yeah. I was the master of ceremonies. Empower. I just went at it. That's my creativity. Yeah. So I motivated people, get the bucket, put a little basket, put some money there, get your credit cards. I went on. The purpose that were there is to impact the community. Okay. And the foundation was the Breast Cancer Foundation. And so from there, after my speech, the 30-minute speech, then I got these community leaders coming in. Who are you? I heard about you. I got your website. Yeah. Who are, and
you
then
got the attention.
I got the attention. But the
people
attention,
that can help you.
Yeah. And I believe the attention comes within ourselves. You got to be creative. Okay. Look at this coat. It's part of my branding. I design my jackets.
Yeah, I want to talk about that in a bit. Yeah. I want to talk about that in a bit.
And people might intimidate you and say, it isn't possible. No, it's possible. Yeah. You got to let go. People placing things in emotions and some beliefs that has hinder your prosperity of life.
Yeah. Everyone has an excuse.
Oh, we can spend hours and have a martini and doing that. It's like, no se puede, yes, you can do it. And you can do it. You got to remove one thing. People place in things. And it could be relationships that are just pulling your...
Toxic, as they say.
Just get rid of it. So going back to that event opened the doors. Yeah. Then I went to rent an office. And then I started doing workshops. With business, foundations, and all that. And now what I do is called the Mycah Show. In Los Cabos. So I go on the road with my sponsors. Because first I thought I didn't have sponsors. And guess what? And that big event, I created and sponsors. So VIP Transportation is one of my major sponsors. They provide all the Suburbans and all that. So we do on the road. We record every 3 months now. And out of those 3 months, we record 4 weeks within that third month. And we go to local business, local taquerias, local people selling tacos. What inspired them to sell tacos? What inspired them to sell chelate? You know what I mean? Just all those beverages that they have.
Everybody has a story.
Has a story. And now, Mycah, when it's in the road, down to earth, people says, oh my God, Mycah's here. It's just, that's part of the branding. Yeah. And that's why people understand what is branding. Branding is, what do you have? What is your heart desire?
Yeah. Well, let me ask you now, because you're talking about how you're basically trying to brand yourself in a whole new country. Yeah. Whole new city, whole new country, whole new culture, because obviously they have their own way of doing things. Okay. Now it doesn't matter if you're it doesn't matter if you're in the United States. Right. We have a certain way of doing things in South Austin that uptown New York or whatever has a totally different way of doing it. So my first question to you is this: what has been one of the worst experiences of you going to Cabo that had to do with you being you?
Me being me.
That you were like, I can't believe this happened to me or to us, or like what has been an experience of you just trying to be you, trying to be the positive one? Tell me an incident.
I think one of the incidents was a group of organization, very diverse organization, the gay community invited me to an event. And I'm very, very, very diverse. I love myself, embrace myself, support system in my family and all that. And so I'm a leader. I'm a gay, open leader, period. Yeah. But I don't use my label on that. I use it as a human being with creative talent. Bada bing, bada boom.
You don't use it as a crutch, like,
no, come on. You know what I mean? It's just, no. So very creative. Branding, I created my own. I designed something that I wanted to design an outfit to the big event. And it was an event for a nonprofit. It was, I think, like a 10K or something like that. So my kinky boots came very familiar and very, very popular. Okay. And so when I do now engagements, they ask me, can we use the kinky boots? I said, well, what's the purpose? What's your event? Is it going to fit there? Does it fit my mission? It doesn't. It's not to offend people. It's just me, how I feel comfortable. So I thought that being in Cabo, because they're very reserved, but they're very diverse and liberal in a lot of ways.
Okay.
But then here comes this man with the kinky boots downtown and motivate people, and it's like
they're like, what the hell?
What the heck happened here? So you had a mixer going, oh wow, and then there was, oh my God, intimidating perhaps the person or people that are not grounded about their sexuality.
I see, yeah.
And so it made me a moment kind of comfortable, but the man says, it's not about me. I know myself, it's about them.
Yeah.
And then from those kinky boots, another van came in, and it was
took it up a notch.
Oh yeah. So
they thought, they thought they were getting Tony Robbins, and they got Prince.
They got Prince, the Mexicano, or the Mexican Liberace.
El Prince.
They got the Mexican Prince, or the Liberace. Mexican Prince. People that call me.
Oh yeah, Liberace. Yeah.
And so that was awakening for me, and I said, "Oh, okay. Next time, I'll figure it out. I'll listen and see what's the whole picture of this, because I'm a very creative person. I'm a genius. I know that.
Yeah.
And I'm grounded, and I have to learn to where can I have this energy go out there, because the energy is very important.
Yes.
The value that we have for business, the branding that we created, our branding.
We're personal brands, yeah.
Yeah, we have to be sensitive on that, on who's going to receive it in the other side positively.
Yeah.
And who is not going to receive it positively, you got to remove them.
Yes.
Because that will sabotage your branding.
Yeah. And with you talking about that, I literally today just sent an email. I went to technically it's Del Valle, we say, but the Travis County Correctional Facility the other day. We're working on a program to get with inmates, okay? And or not to get with inmates, but to talk with inmates about what I would specifically be talking about, for the first one would be personal branding.
Yeah.
And because here's the thing, it doesn't matter whether you're a big shot motivational guy in Austin, Texas, or you robbed 3 cars or stole 3 cars and now you get thrown in jail. You arrive at a jail or you arrive in Cabo and you are a personal brand.
Yeah.
Branding comes down to 3 things: expectation, reputation, and consistency.
Yeah.
That's all it is. When Mycah comes in the room and people know him, they know exactly what to expect.
Yeah.
Or whoever it is. And in the jail, it's the same thing.
And I think the branding starts here, folks. It's knowing yourself, taking care of the physical being. That's very, very key. Time for yourself. Go work out. Take a walk.
Health-wise, yeah.
Health-wise. The emotional, you got to be grounded.
Yes.
And then I call it the spiritual awareness, whatever that might be. I'm talking religion. I'm talking about spiritual. Just time for yourself to meditate or whatever. Or maybe you have a mentor spiritually that you can go there. Maybe you go to your pastor or whoever it is that believes in you, that believes in your purpose.
Yes.
Inspires you. To me, those 3 things are very key for me. Because before I go out there, before I got to Austin, I work out, I take my walk. Yesterday, that walk, because I'd walk every morning 2 miles at the beach.
Yeah.
And so to me, it's connecting. It's connecting to that source, my God, or whatever you want to call it. Because I need that. I need time for moment of silence.
Yeah.
When our brain comes very creative, because the brain is left brain and right brain. The right brain is very creative. Sometimes we're overwhelmed with sometimes the best thing to do is silence.
Yes.
And let it process. But the physical, the emotional, and the spiritual, that we need a balance. That's part of your branding. Because if you don't have that grounded as a foundation, that'll be very challenging as you explore your branding.
And that's how a lot of people don't know who they are.
Right.
And I'm sure you see it all the time too. You look at Facebook, Instagram, and when you know somebody personally, right?
Yeah.
And then you look at their Instagram and be like, wait a second.
Yeah.
They're trying to fool everybody else to make them think they're one thing.
Right.
But when you know them personally, you're like, no, bro, that ain't you.
Right.
But they're trying to portray a certain image to the rest of the world. But the people that really matter in their life know that it's all BS.
Yeah.
But
so we gotta really be sincere. Who are we?
Oh yeah.
That's part of your branding. Whatever business you do is part of your branding, and social media is great.
Yes.
But like for me, I have followers in the Mycah Show on Facebook, and of course in Instagram and all that stuff, and I'm grateful for that. But the personal Facebook, I took a week last week to talk about physical, emotionally, and spiritually awareness. I shut it down.
Really?
It's too much energy. I said, you know what? People following me on my branding, on my show, the Mycah show. Let them follow me. If they really want to know me, shake my hand.
Yeah.
Okay, you want an autograph? I'm grateful for that. But shake my hand and say, hey, brother, how's it going? You inspire me. Or you tell me, what I heard from you last time, it changed my life. You inspire me. Wow. To me, it's a wow moment.
Yeah, yeah.
Because that means something that I've learned, something that I have, my purpose has impacted your life. So
True.
Today, ask yourself, who have you impacted? Who has impacted your purpose of life? Or what is your purpose of your life? Do it now. Yeah. It's not rocket science.
Yeah. And you know, it's funny that you say that. So, obviously I'm doing my thing out here locally and such.
I know you for years, so yeah.
Yeah. I'm doing my thing locally, and, the name is growing because I'm basically rebranding. It's my thing. I went from a business owner to now a marketing advisor who's doing things in the city that a typical marketing consultant is not doing.
Yeah.
That's the reality.
Yeah.
They're chasing people over the head, trying to get them to book a session.
Yeah.
And I'm over here bringing entrepreneurs and such on a show, talking about marketing and branding. But anyways, it's
because
really,
we believe in you. And
I
I
appreciate
because you're
that.
sincere.
Yes.
You're grounded.
Yeah.
And so I have interviews from people, like everybody knows that. But I turned some down because their ego, it's about them.
Yep.
I've done a talk show, and people say, even my crew that I have over there, we're going to have a studio. We're not going to have a studio, folks. I've been there, done that. I learned that from the awareness. Yeah. Now I'm on the road, impacting people. Now I do workshops. Yep. I do a workshop which is very great. The workshop is called Visioning. And in my book, in my website, you click the Mycah show and it says Visioning. And the Visioning book was from Dr. Lucia Capicchione. She's a good friend of mine. And 20 years ago.
You have it with you?
I have it with me.
Let me check it out.
Oh, my God. It's just very simple, folks. It's 10 steps. You can buy the book. Go to lucia.com and hashtag Mycah send me. And it'd be amazing, this book. You can use it in your personal life or business. It's right brain and left brain. And as a clinician many years ago, I practice that in my workshops and my speech. And so it works as an individual, but you want to get it really intense. It works. I attend to one of my workshops when I'm traveling. I think I'm coming here in September. I'll be here doing a workshop in Austin. And it's hands-on. It's part of, people are familiar with visioning, like in collages, a visioning board. It talks about that. But what it does with her technique is I'm certified and I'm life coach on this book. And I'm writing my next book next year.
That's cool. Congratulations.
Thank you. And so the thing is, the visioning board, we go into the right, left brain and talk to those images. Because the way we're created, left brain and right brain. The left brain is black and white accounts. Numbers. The right brain is created, the more emotional, spiritually, and all that, the more creative talents and all that of your branding. So those brains have to connect. 80% our society, business, and relationships have struggles because we listen to so much the left brain, not working in a balance. So the book tells you there's 10 steps. And if you want to get more excited, attend to one-on-one workshops, or a group in Austin wants to do a workshop, I come to the workshop. The thing is that I learned 20 years ago, I was lost, disconnected. First of all, I'm a survivor of child abuse. A family member abused me from the age of 6 to 10 years old. Literally raped me. Damn. And so my friend Lucia Capicchione came into a workshop in South Texas, and I attended the weekend, and this book, I discovered that. And so I am not a victim. I'm a survivor. Yeah. And so I discover the purpose of life is to inspire and connect community, like I said earlier, and impact people's life and wake them up, shake them up with their dreams. So what is the purpose of life? The Visioning book, you can go on Amazon, it's still there. But it really works. This will benefit if you're struggling right now in relationships or business. It just guides you. It's very diverse. It's just, working with the right brain, left brain, the professional voices that we have, what I call it, because being a clinician and substance abuse many years ago, is you have the critic, inner critic, and the creative. So all the book talks about that, how you balance. You got to balance. And when you hear a voice, what I call a whisper, the whisper voice of awareness, when it tells you, hey, do this, hey, gets bigger. Hey, like your business earlier, brother. You had a good business, successful business, but that was part of the waking up your dreams and the awareness. Well, look at where you are now. You're impacting people.
And And I felt that I had to have a business in order to be like a prerequisite class to be able to say, because now when I talk to people about business, I say, hey, look, when I had a business, this is exactly what I did in my business. So I'm not just talking out of my butt and saying, do this, do that. I'm saying, no, this is what literally worked for me. You could try it for your business, and if it works, rinse and repeat. Yeah, it's just little things like that. And you, as a previous educator, well, you're still an educator technically now, but you were dealing with school children prior. Right. And what a lot of people don't realize is, who was it? The Jesuits. They said they had the. There's a phrase that they said for you. I mean, we can't even count. Years and years and years and years ago. Bring us a child until the age of 7, and we will show you the man. Okay, and what they meant by that was, and I've looked into this. Okay, at first I was like,
the people said, "Oh, okay, just drop them there." No,
I thought it was just like whatever. But I looked into that, and what I realized is not just science now, but these biologists or family counseling people, whatever the technical terms are. They looked into, okay, what is it between the ages of 1 and 7? This is because I have 2 sons, okay? When they were younger, one of their grandmas would say, he keeps making up stories and the imagination and he's lying. And once I started really researching the 1 to 7-year-old thing, I realized they're in a different mindset to where
right brain.
They can't determine what's imaginary and what is real because of the age that they're in. So they mixed the two, okay? But also, between ages of 1 and 7, male or female, we're a recording device. We're basically recording, okay? So what happens is when people say, all my life I saw my father beat my mom, that's why I beat my girl, or that's why I drink so much, or that's why this, I realized, wait a second, that's what they meant, where we have to reprogram and disengage, and whether you call it reprogram, rebrand,
I call it reset.
Reset everything that we were programmed and we recorded over the first 7-8 years of our lives. And it's really interesting because now we look at people that could be 49 years old and they're still doing the negative habits that they were when they were that they saw at 5.
And the visioning book, if they buy it, it's only 10 steps. It talks about that. It's about some stuff that happened in our family. We're still launches to that. I always say people, why are you leaving and experiencing that discomfort experience?
I see.
If there are people, places, and things, and take ownership of your business, of your relationship. Why are you allowing that? Stop for a moment and say, wait a minute. It was an experience. I learned it. I have to learn it.
Like it was an event that happened,
I have to get back. So I missed the mark, what I call it. I need to get back in the track. I need to reset that our parents did the best they could, folks. Okay? And so, but not let that experience take ownership of our own prosperity.
I see.
That's the difference. The book talks about, it guides you because it tells you disengage, reboot, or reset your own heart desire, your dream, your business, your own relationship. You want a healthy relationship? Start with your own relationship. As yourself.
And a lot of people don't until you actually own a business or in business, which I want to talk about your clothing, by the way, here in a sec. But a lot of people don't realize, let's say you're a married couple, we'll say, and the wife wants to start a clothing company, okay? The husband might not be fully on board. He's like, well, that's your thing. It is what it is. That's your thing. You deal with it. I'm worried about my landscaping company. Okay, cool. For the woman, realistically, it's going to be lonely. Because she doesn't have the husband she can turn to for emotional support when she invested $15,000 and lost it all in 2 months or however much it could be or whatever time. And it becomes real lonely. So by you talking about this book, it's kind of like a guide / a crutch / somebody there for you, but within you that can help you.
And go back to that situation when maybe the wife or the husband, whatever, how they're married. If the man would stop for a moment, don't let the left brain control him. We call it the inner critic, And so that inner critic, instead of just chill, and said, I have a landscaping company. My wife wants to do the branding on clothing.
Okay.
Isn't it wise that my wife could create my own shirt for my own corporation, and then it looks so outstanding that people are going to say, where did you get that?
Yeah, yeah.
See how it works? It was just put for a moment silence. Just
designing uniforms or whatever it could be. Or
everybody is a creative genius. As I know as a fact.
Yeah, very true. And speaking of creativity, tell us about this badass blazer that you got on.
Well, now part of the Mycah show,
Okay.
For many years,
you designed it?
I designed it.
That's cool.
For many years, people in my show that I had here in Texas, here in Austin, I would do the show and people would say, "Oh my God, you created with the jackets? Are they on sale?" And sell. Well, the awareness say, "Hey." But the left brain keeps saying, "No, we don't have the money. We don't have the money. Focus on this."
No
and that's
time,
okay.
no money.
That's the left brain, and the book tells you how that plays it. And we need that left brain. We need it, folks. We do need it when it comes to numbers and projects. But then I decided, going to Los Cabos, I said, I went to events. I was a master ceremony at different events, and I designed my clothes. And so somebody said, where do we buy this outfits? And then it's like the left brain went, do we have money? And the right brain said,
I got some in the
we
trunk.
can create it. We can start. We can sell it. How? We don't have that market here. Well, word of mouth. So I said, okay. So the doctors came and said, we need surgical hats, but see, we work with pediatrics. Can you design something for us? I said, like superheroes fabric? Yes. So my group that I work with, some group with in the medical field, friends of mine, they all have my branding of surgical hats. They're superheroes.
So it started with something small like that first.
And then they go to events. So now they want, can you design me something personal? Well, yeah, what do you want? What's the event? And we design them. I'm a designer, and I send them, and they make them. You want 10, 5, what you want? And most of them, I use it for me, and then I sell it. That's how you do the branding. You use it so they can see it. God, he looks better, and I better look better than him. So it's great. So I designed that stuff. So now I'm doing another project with the surgical, with the medical field. And now we're doing the surgical mask, when you put So we're now brainstorming how we're going to do that, because now the medical field says, we would like something because of the kids. And so opportunities are there for everybody. Just listen. So the branding, you don't have to spend so much money.
Yeah. Well, those opportunities can get you in the door somewhere else because whether you have a team or you or whoever is pitching to other people.
And you're branding.
You say, look what we did for
the kids.
Dr. Zaragoza. Or whoever it could be. And it's really funny how you said you wear something and you sell it. Years ago, I used to run with the cat at the time he was rapping Chingo Bling. A lot of people might know who he is. But there was something that he told me, that I'm never going to forget. Because we had done a lot of projects together and so on. And he had told me, he said, you never, because of course he was getting real popular at the time and went nationwide and dude blew up, Bottom line is he said something very critical, for somebody that's getting a lot of attention on them. He said, you never want to be seen wearing the same thing twice,
Right.
So when at the time, if I don't got no money, I'm looking at it like, hey, bro, you got the money, but I can't, I can't vibe with that yet. But, slowly, when you're more in the public eye, they can't say, Mycah, you wore that 7 times this week on Instagram.
That's great.
But it's a smart thing that you're doing where you'll wear something and you sell it. And that's something I saw him do at the time. It was the early days of Instagram. He was selling clothes that he wore. He was literally in his closet selling clothes.
And that's what I'm doing.
And people loved it.
I'm out of the closet though, but anyway.
Well, people loved it because they said, he goes, this is the one that I wore in this video. This is the one I wore in this video. And people were paying premiums because it was something a famous rapper actually wore.
Yeah.
And it was really interesting to watch him do it.
It's because he listened to that awareness. He listened to, and I'll be talking all along about the awareness and the purpose. He figured out either someone influenced him. And people say, who influenced you to be in TV?
Yeah.
Maybe peace. And it was my papa, my grandfather. I was raised Catholic, raised Jewish. It was an amazing relationship we had at my grandparents' house. Very loving, very diverse, no discrimination. And he taught us that way. Love one
Persian
another.
Mexican, I see it too.
Just you gotta love with people.
Yeah.
And he taught us, and that was a value. And so, but I was in a TV, and there in front of the living room, about 6 or 7 years old. And there was this program in Mexico, Sube Pelayo, the man passed away years ago.
Okay.
And I got the brush, and I got in front of the TV, and I was actually his host with him. I was just, yes, sir. And I was just talking to him on TV. So my papa, my grandfather, got up and says, "Mijo, my son, you're going to be in TV?" And I looked at him like, "What?" You never know.
How old were you again?
I was about six or seven.
Damn.
And then the TV that I had here, the talk show, that I was very grateful. It came in my late 30s, but I did work with foundations for years, and I did a lot of marketing for them, TV and all that, not knowing that was part of building that branding.
That's part of the plan.
That's part of that. So we got to listen to that inner source, what I call it.
Yeah.
Call it a God, call it what you, that inner source, and it tells you, do it. And do it, you know what? We live every day, and we die once, okay? We're going to die, okay? Realize that.
Yeah. Or our body dies.
Our body dies.
Our physical body dies, but I think we
go. It gets better.
Our consciousness goes somewhere. Yeah. That's what I believe.
Yeah, and I always believe in my speech, I tell people, the body, it's not experiencing the soul. I think the soul experiences what is really physical flesh. So you got a real good point there. And so just listen to that source, the divine, whatever you want to call divine, and tells you, do it. And if it doesn't work out, you learn from an experience. There's no coincidence in life. Yeah. There's no mistakes in life. There's just experiences to make us stronger and better. Yep. When we have fear is just an awareness to say, are you aligned? Yeah. But when you let fear control you and your business, and your projects, Houston, we do have a problem.
Now let me ask you this. With you talking about fear, what is something you've dealt with in business in the past, 5-10 years, regardless of the time frame, that you were scared, that you honestly had no clue how you're going to get into it or get out of it, but you knew it was something that you were facing head on?
Yeah. I think it started about 2 years ago. We started a business. Okay. My husband and I, Los Cabos. It was all I know. We invested. Something just told me, the source, the voice, don't do it. Uh-oh. But we're stubborn.
Yeah.
So, no, this is good. It was a very very popular healthy beverage.
Okay.
A nationwide, global wide. But they were starting in Los Cabos. Okay. And we invested, we put everything. And I just felt that my co-owner, she was in a different level of awareness. She wanted right here, right now, get the building done. We had it all planned. We paid $12,000 in investing to do this project, to the building, architect. We were about to sign it with attorneys and everything. Something happened the night before when I communicated with the other owner. And it just went bing. I just made a phone call to my spouse and said, hey, this can't happen. Being respectful, and what I'm telling what we can buy right now. Yeah. And that ended the relationship. That ended the contract. Yeah. Because we're about to invest over $100,000 bar.
Jeez.
It was going to be amazing in Los Cabos.
Yeah.
We still have a relationship with that individual. The person, I said I'm a good energy. They're doing good. They were not ready.
I see.
They were not ready. So the fear for me is the awareness now is when I invest, because I like to invest.
Yeah.
But I dissect it very, very clear.
You're
what's your purpose?
Critical.
I'm more critical.
Where the money's
that
going.
brain comes and go, okay, the right brain say, let's do it. Okay. So I learned from that experience.
Okay.
And so the fear is just an awareness when we can stop for a moment, count the ducks, who's engaged, who's not engaged. That's how it is. When we let go, brothers and sisters that are hearing today, if you let that fear control you, your relationships, your business, your branding, you're going to have a difficulty.
Yeah.
And branding and establish that organization, that business, you will, and relationship.
And there's something I said the other day on Instagram. It was that I heard somebody else say, actually, language killed feelings. And what I mean by that is, like you said, you had a gut. Something told you, whether it's in your gut, in your head, it doesn't matter. Something told you, pull out, pull out, pull out. Don't do it. Don't do it. But this is what happens with a lot of people, business owners or personal relationships. It doesn't matter. They have people in their ears that are speaking our language, could be English, could be Spanish, and they're saying, oh, no, don't worry about it. Oh, this, oh, that. So you have people constantly in your ear, okay? It could be your co-owner, it could be your spouse, telling you otherwise than what your gut is feeling. So what happens is, imagine if you didn't trust your gut, your feelings.
Yeah, the inner source, what I call it.
The energy within you said, don't do it. But if you would have gone with, oh, it'll be okay, don't worry, blah, 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 you go with that, and then all of a sudden, you lose everything.
I'll tell you this. No one in your life in this journey is going to love and appreciate and respect the value of your business than yourself.
True.
And we got to learn
Very
it.
true.
We got to learn it quick because people will interfere to disrail you, what I call it.
Yep.
And so you got to know who, where, what, people, place, and things and emotions are going to either empower you, influence you, or those people or that group or that emotion, that feeling, that experience is going to disrail you on your business. Because I believe that we are created here to not empower our ego.
Okay.
We're not here. We're here to motivate people. And that's the purpose of life, one.
Yeah.
You know? Egos, they're okay. We need to balance. And very few of our populations as human beings learn to balance that super ego, what I call it.
Yeah.
And so because we want to know, I want to be known right now.
Yeah.
It's in its place. It will happen.
Yeah.
I'm 52 years old. I still want to grow up. I'm still learning.
Timing is everything. And like when you were talking about your potential co-owner, we'll say, you said they weren't ready.
They were not ready. And you see they're not ready.
That's what I see with business owners all the time. They go and they dump a whole bunch of money into something. It's like, wait a second, you've got $75,000 worth of inventory, and you have no marketing plan to sell the inventory.
Well, it's not part of. That's when I talk to people. It says, I want to open this business. Okay, it's great. What's your purpose? What's your heart desire? Blah blah. Okay, I get it. Let's sit down and do a 5-year
analysis or plan.
A 5-year planning of businesses. What do you mean? Well, I want to know where you from here and a year where we at.
Yeah.
So this is what I love myself, my passion.
It's a business plan, basic business plan.
I work. I don't call it work. It's my passion. And so local business that I'm empowering them and engaging them. I talk about the 5-year visioning. What's your plan? And said, here you are, and in 5 years, and then we do a 5-year visioning plan where you are. Why it's very key for that? It's keeping you on track. That's what it is. And so I learned this from my previous talk show here in Texas, here in Austin. I wanted to have a bus. I want to buy a bus. So the board said, let's buy a bus. Well, no, you get the bus, we get the fundraiser sponsors. So then one of my board members said, but wait a minute. We collaborate with a school district. They have a bus. It's a win-win situation. So you can also collaborate.
Oh, yeah.
With your business, with other businesses that are in that. And then the same mission, a similar mission. I prefer to be really in that line of your mission, your purpose, and you'll be successful.
Everybody, and I've been saying this for years, everybody has something, or let me rephrase it. There's always somebody that has something that you want. And everybody has something that you want. You just might not be in that specific moment in your life where you need the guy that owns a landscaping company, or you have the guy that knows how to design clothes. But as you progress in life, everybody around you has something you want. But how can you exchange? Because I'd prefer to exchange than to actually pay, to be honest with you.
Well, it's a part of the branding. So, excuse me, I tell people, we can't do it by ourselves. We collaborate. Yeah. And how we collaborate, we choose those who are going to collaborate and that are in that level, the understanding. And you hear it, you feel it from your heart, you feel it from that energy and all that source. But it's that we cannot do it all. It's a team effort. People that are in that have more experience. You bring them in, and then this is what we're going to help community. It's about building community. It's about building capacity. Yeah. And so I know across the board, because I get a lot of calls that, how are you going to go talk to, I'm going to Europe next month because this is speech motivation about engaging community. Yeah. So it's like, know your community, know your cultures within culture, because we have cultures within cultures. And I always say we just be open, having conversation, understanding everyone's culture.
Yeah.
I think we'll be better off. I strongly believe that. We come to understanding and working together. Yeah. But it's about reaching out and having conversation.
True.
That's what it's all about. And that's how we build our business. The branding is very key for me. It's, what are you doing for your branding?
Yeah.
You don't have to invest a lot of money.
Yeah. And here's the thing. You said something very important just a little while ago when you said it's a team effort. Yeah. Okay. You're going to have someone that can hold the camera. Yeah. You're going to have someone that can edit. You're going to have someone that can do this, do that. But here's something very, very, very crucial. This is the goal of marketing for the people that don't know this, okay? Marketing is to basically magnetize yourself to where they come to you. It doesn't matter whether you have a Burger King franchise or you have a taco truck or you have a dry cleaners or whatever it is. You have to find the way to magnetize yourself, okay? Yeah. That comes with the branding, which, just FYI, branding, your ultimate goal of branding is to become the only or the very first one that comes to mind when that product or service is in need of a customer, okay? Now, marketing, you magnetize yourself. So by you talking about a team, here's the thing. If I'm, let's just say, whatever little bitty half-price computers, okay, and I put out an ad on Facebook that says, now hiring, or if I'm Google and I put out an ad that says, now hiring, okay, it's totally different because Google, the brand Google is more like, I want to work for Google, okay? But by being a team leader, you have to be able to give people a reason to want to be on your team. Yeah. And when you said that, I was like, that is perfect example of marketing. You have to market yourself to where when you go to Cabo, let's say, you're brand new in Cabo, and you're like, but I did this in Austin, and I did this, and blah, blah, blah. And they're like, we don't freaking know you, dude. Right. But when they look you up, they're like, wait a second, this guy's legit. Yeah. I want to be on this team. Because
we started some branding. As I molded for years, and now it's expanded in a different level of branding. Yep. But the source is there. So they go back, oh, wow. So he's talking really sincere about
he's a legit guy. He's
connecting to that, to empower and engage business, nonprofits, or whatever it might be. So there's accountability, and there is what I call it, a sincere loyalty of, you got to be loyal to your branding.
Yeah. That's what it is. And nowadays, another thing a lot of people don't realize, whether it's Facebook or Instagram, which are the main two for me at least, those are your online resume. If you were to leave Cabo tomorrow, well, you're in Austin, Texas now, but if you were to move out of Cabo and move to Paris, okay, or Paris, if you were to move to Paris, and you were to try to do the same thing you did in Austin and the same thing you did in Cabo in Paris, they're going to say, who is this guy? Yeah. But the power of Facebook and Instagram serves as a digital resume for them to look you up literally in 2 seconds or as soon as you walk out of their office.
It's a microscope.
Yeah.
In the microscope, they look at it and go, oh.
Yep. Google this guy. Look him up. Check him out.
Yeah. This guy or this person or this business, it's really engaging.
Yes.
To the purpose. Yes. But also what I learned from years is, what is your business? Are you establishing your business, your branding? How is it impacting community? Because I get calls and, can you do this event? And if it really goes into my branding or my mission, what I do, then I really dissect it, the organization or the business, whatever. Yeah. Because you got to take care. That's when we talk about loyalty. You have to be loyal to your branding, to your business. Does it fit there? Does it have value?
I see.
And so sometimes I said it doesn't serve no purpose for the community, because I'm a community engagement involvement, and so really you're gonna have a pachanga, and you're gonna. But okay, it's just
like these network meetup groups.
No, that's too much work.
Yeah, no. What I'm saying is everyone wants to go and, this and this, but then nobody really conducts any business because they just want to take pictures and drink.
Yeah. Oh, we have plenty of those in our society. And we have some plenty where I live. Mm-hmm. And I questioned them, and they looked at me and said, so you do, you publicize your public relations firm, small or big.
Yeah.
What do you do? You take pictures and all that stuff, but are you interviewing people? How is your business impacting the community?
Yeah.
Giving back to community. If you get
They're just pushing content, but no purpose.
And it gets boring.
Yeah, and no purpose.
Because you're not impacting people.
Yep.
So you got to, as you build, as you create your business, your branding, think about that. How is it going to impact the community? Is the community, because once you impact the community, it gives you back. It's not a rocket science, folks. They'll give you back because they know that your branding has a value and impacts them, and it gives back to the community. However you do it, give back to me. If it's volunteering, you volunteer, or you give back with donating your time, whatever it is. But that's part of your branding.
Yeah. And
that's what I do the jackets, because the branding to me, when I network to me, this is my branding, and so. If I know that the surgeons, the medical field, people that I work with, if I give them a jacket because they're having an event or something, I know the word of mouth.
Yeah,
it's gonna go. I mean, it just grows.
Yeah.
But I know that my branding impacts them in order for them to come to me and say, "Hey," because I'm giving back to the community.
I see.
So I give back to the community. Everybody knows that I give back to the community, but I just don't give my creative talent to just anybody.
Yeah.
I donate my time in public speaking. In January, we pick 3 big foundations, international.
Yeah.
Internationally, we pick who it is.
Okay.
And then we give back. All I ask for the foundations, organizations just pay, just room and board.
Yeah.
And then I do that.
Yeah.
A month ago, I created 2 foundations here in Texas, and there's one in South Texas. I was part of it.
Okay.
And it's to do with hospice. We celebrated 30 years.
Oh, wow.
It's a nonprofit. So Sister Strohmeyer was the founder of Comfort Health Services, McAllen, Texas.
Okay.
And so I worked for her the first 10 years. And she was a nurse, very compassionate. She was, for us in South Texas, the Mother Teresa model and beyond. And so I was invited because after working with her era of the group, 10 years, the time that she worked 10 years.
You ran it or whatever.
Yeah, I'm the only one left administrator from her time.
Damn.
So I was honored to speak her legacy.
Wow.
And before we sold the tickets, we did, talking about branding. How do you, because people believe, he's done this, he's done that. And so I helped him to sell the tickets. Well, 2 weeks before I fly to South Texas from Los Cabos, I asked the team, how do you need more help? Because Mycah, we sold out. We have a list. I don't know what you're doing, but your marketing people, we are sold out.
Wow.
And so they made, and there was a gala. So an event, they made money from the silent auction. They made over $40,000, just the live auction.
Wow.
Not including the silent auction.
And how big is this? How big is the organization?
The organization has been, they have about maybe 20 staff members. The organization has been 30 years.
Okay.
And so, but that's when I learned the marketing from them. They gave me the privilege to say, here's your marketing kit, go figure it out.
Yeah, no.
And I did. And
that's
so
cool.
it's I think everything is possible in life. But always remember, folks, you gotta, as you establish your business, your branding, think about giving back to the community, because it's called pay forward.
That very, very kind words. We only have a few more minutes, maybe about 5 in here. Now, let me ask you if you can leave any advice, okay, with your specific situation of how you took your personal brand here and basically took it out of Austin, put it in Cabo. Is it Los Cabos or Cabo San Lucas?
Los Cabos.
Okay, what is the difference in the two? Because I'm just curious.
Los Cabos is pretty big. We have San Jose de Los Cabos. It's a big island. I call it paradise.
Okay, so
there's 2 big cities.
Okay.
Cabo San Lucas is a big, little small Vegas.
Okay.
With the mountains and the ocean.
Yeah.
And nonstop events.
Parties.
Yeah. And San Jose del Cabo is a very, very mellow, artsy city.
I see.
And so if you want let's go, go to,
Cabo San Lucas.
Cabo San Lucas.
Okay.
And you want something just relax?
Laid back, chill.
San Jose del Cabo. Now, the Baja, Los Cabos, we call it Los Cabos. Every mountain has this very small towns that have amazing historical, just to learn.
Okay.
If you go to Cabo San Lucas, just to have a good time, fine. But please take some time to what we offer.
Yeah.
It's not just a party place. It has value. It has organizations. It keeps growing and growing. If you want to buy property now, go buy property because it's growing, and it's a good island, city you can invest.
Mm.
I feel very, very. I love my country here, but I got used to the country that my grandfather and my grandmother were root.
Yeah.
I feel very safe.
That's good.
I could walk at 4:00 in the morning. Nobody's gonna bother me.
Damn.
Crime is very low.
That's good.
And I love it because I get to the airport and there's a military. I come to the States and there's no military. And I understand that too. You know, It's the rights and the Constitution and all that stuff.
Yeah.
The things that I got to tell people is
follow
your heart desire.
Okay.
And stay grounded, stay focused, and just wake up, shake up your dreams.
Yeah.
Be selective who's influence in your life journey. Who's are those people or person or thing or belief that is influencing you to pushing you forward? Let go, and I'm telling you, let go. People, placing things, beliefs that has hindered your prosperity, your vision of branding, your vision of your business, because no one else is going to love your business or your branding than yourself.
Very true, very true. Wise words from the one and only Mycah Arellano here on the Heat Tank, where I keep it very diverse. Movers, shakers, entrepreneurs, corporate folks. And you've just got a lesson on how he took his personal brand from Austin, Texas, and took it to a whole nother culture, whole different area of the world, no matter how close it is or how cheap you could get flights on Priceline.com. But still, it's something totally different than what was the normal here. But if you like what you heard, please share it with somebody who could be influenced or inspired by this.
Well, go check my Instagram, the Mycah Show, our website, mycahshow.com. And if you ever want to go to Los Cabos, just
hit him up. There we go. Awesome. Well, I appreciate you, brother.
Thank you.
And this has been another episode of The Heat Tank.